Hello everyone, you are welcome back to my channel Dada's Dialogue. After a very long time, I'm happy to be making another video today. I've been very sick, but all thanks to God, everything is coming back to normal. I've been having diarrhea as well as loss of appetite just of recent. I don't know, maybe it's change of weather. You can even see it in my voice. You can hear the way I'm talking. I'm still trying to come back to normal, but all thanks to God, I think everything is gradually becoming normal in me. So in our today's video, we'll be talking about career progression here in the UK, working as a carer. You know, many people have been asking me both on this YouTube channel as well as on my Instagram handle, my WhatsApp and all that. Many people are telling me that is it possible for them to further their career working as a carer in a care home, or is there any career progression when you come to the UK? Well, the good news is that yes, you can progress as a carer, moving on to the next step, which is, if you like, you can become a registered nurse, registered under the NMC UK and all that. So it is very possible. Nevertheless, what are the things that you need to put in place? What are the things that are necessary for you to become a registered nurse, working as a carer with no background and all that? These are what we'll be discussing in our today's video. And first of all, my list, when talking about progressing your career, let me first start by saying, well, working as a nurse in a care home might not be a good place for you to progress your career. It might not be a good place for you to further on your career, because you are, how will I even put it? You are the one that will take the responsibility, the lead in a care home. So working in a care home, be rest assured that if you are the nurse, you are the one to take the lead, you are the one to make a decision, you are just like the doctor. And as a result of that, I don't even see any way of you progressing again. Nevertheless, if you are working with NHS, you have chances of progressing with your career. You can even decide to do another discipline and all that, and because of that, it makes things easier for you, because of the fact that you learn new challenge. In a care home, there's no new challenge. The people whom you are meeting today is the people you will be meeting for almost a month, more than, in case there's no casualties. So that is the reason why as a nurse, you might not be able to progress your career in a care home. Nevertheless, if you are a carer, it is very possible for you to progress your career, most especially as a carer who don't have any health background and you want to become a registered nurse. All these things are very possible. And in order to acquire it, first of all, when I ask my manager that how can I go through about it, just as myself, I'm not having any health background, I'm not an health care personnel, I don't even work in any hospital settings before. So I asked my manager that how can I go about it? And she told me that, well, the truth is that before I can acquire my NVQ, that I need to work with them for minimum of 5 years. And as a result of that, I'll be able to get the NVQ certificate. So working with them for 5 good years, they will give me the NVQ certificate. And this NVQ certificate, I can use it to process for my degree certificate. And having gotten the degree, I can easily register under the NMC UK. But it is not going to be easy, because working for them for 5 years, during this period, they said they'll be doing little training for me. I'll be doing Evolve training online. Then some people, random people will just come, check my work, upgrade it, mark it, grade me based on my performances. Then they will update my file. So all these things put together is what I will now use to obtain the NVQ certificate. So Having gotten the NVQ certificate after 5 years, then I can now further my career by applying in a university, then study for another 3 good years. So altogether, it will make 8 years before I can become a registered nurse. And during this process, I'll be working as well as studying. Nevertheless, many of you might be thinking of, wow, 8 years is a whole lot of time, and some of you might not even want to spend a whole lot of time like that before you get your certificate. There is still another good news for you. I'll be discussing it, like I said earlier, one after the other. The best way that you think it might suit you to become a registered nurse, working as a carer who don't even have healthcare background. And the other option is there are online courses that you can do. For instance, I received a message from IT Online. On this platform, you can register with them. They will, within a year, they will give you the certificate, the NVQ equivalent certificate that you can use to further your career, go to university, and as well become a registered nurse. So you study with them for a year. They will give you exam. Based on the exam, if you pass, they will issue you the certificate. And with that certificate, you are good to go. And one good thing about it is that both the NVQ as well as the certificate they will be giving you on that IT Online, say IT Online or Learn Online. I've forgotten the name, but I'll be attaching the name to the screen so that many of you who might want to study with them can easily get their website. So if you just click, if you register with them, pay the money, and at the end of the day, you learn for a year, they will set exam based on your performances, they will certify you, and you get your certificate. With this certificate, you can now take it to school, then apply in a university. After 2-3 years, you become a registered nurse, you become a graduate. So if you use this platform, rather than 8 years that you'll be using working in a care home, you use 4 years or even 3.5 years and you become a registered nurse using this route. So that is another option. And yet there is another option for you that you can also use to become a registered nurse, working as a carer who don't even have any healthcare background. But this option, it is only available to those who are degree holder in their respective countries. For instance, in Nigeria, where I come from, like I told you in my previous video, a graduate on philosophy. I studied philosophy while I was still in Nigeria in university. So I studied philosophy. Now with this philosophy certificate, it can be any certificate at all, provided you are a graduate. It can be accounting, it can be mass communication, any certificate at all that you are having, provided it is a degree certificate. You can use this certificate to also apply and become a registered nurse. All what you need with this option is minimum of 6 months work experience in an healthcare setting. So having gotten to the UK, you've worked for a certain period of time, you can then apply for the application. And one good thing about it is that because of the fact that you are a graduate, they believe that you already know what you are doing. In my own case, I don't know whether it's applicable in every part of the world, but where I study in Nigeria, I told you that I studied philosophy. Back then, I don't even really like philosophy. I wanted to study computer science, and the person that is helping me for my admission that time, the lecturer told me that it is still possible for me to switch over to computer science because that time I'm having deficiency in mathematics. I did not pass my maths, and philosophy happens to be the only option that I can go for. That is the only discipline that don't really require mathematics during my time. So, because of that, the lecturer told me that, okay, no problem. if I'm able to write first class upper or second class upper, and at the end of the day, I pass my mathematics in my O level, which is WAEC and NECO that we are doing in Nigeria, then he said it is very, very possible for me to go back to 100 level this time around and study my computer science. So it is the same thing here in the UK as well, because at the end of the day, you already have the degree certificate. They know that you have the IQ, you have the capacity of learning under any circumstances because you are a graduate. So the practical aspect is what you just need to learn mostly, because that is what will quickly enhance your thinking and make you adjust to their way of doing things, taking care of patients here in the UK. So having gotten your degree certificate, it is very, very easy for you to now apply, most especially when you've worked under healthcare settings for 6 months. So you apply for it, and this one will take you, let's say, 2 to 3 years. 2 to 3 years, you are certified. You become a registered nurse. That is the advantage of this third option. So the first option will take you 8 years. The second option will take you minimum of 4 years, while this last option, which is the third option, will take you 3 years, minimum of 2 years to 3 years. So now, what is the difference between the first option, the second option, as well as the last option? First of all, the first option, which is the one you will be working at anywhere you are, as well as being able to acquire your certificate. So the first option is a little bit easier, convenient, and much more better, so to speak. So the first option is easier in the sense that you are not doing any exam. You will do exam actually, but the exam is not going, you are not going to be subjected to any pressure. So the exam you will be doing is little online exam, the evolved training that you'll be doing online to be certified that, okay, this particular thing, you really know it, as well as people that will be coming to check your work, inspect you, grade you based on your performances. So it is a little bit easier. Meanwhile, the second option is a little bit difficult because you'll be subjected to exam pressure and rigorous readings, because everything will be given to you within a year. They will teach you online. Meanwhile, this option, they don't know whether you are a nurse or you are not, because it is open for everybody. Even if you are not in healthcare settings and you really want to become a nurse, this is a very good option for you, because having gotten the certificate, which is equivalent to NVQ, without any practical, without any clinical experience, they will give you the certificate which you can use to process your BSc and become a registered nurse. So that is the option number 2. Meanwhile, that option number 2 will take you minimum of 4 years. So, but the last option, which is the option number 3, which happens to be the fastest, nevertheless, this option might not be the best for majority of the people, because it requires having your degree certificate. You must be a graduate before you automatically qualify for this option. So if you are not a graduate, definitely you cannot go for this option, because you need your certificate, your BSc certificate as a graduate to back it up, then minimum of 6 months clinical experience. So having gotten all these things, it will make things easier for you, and I think you'll be the one to make the choice whether you go for the first option or the option number 2 or the last option. Whichever one that you think is applicable to you, I'm very sure that by the time you come to the UK, you will know the kind of option that you really want to go about. And if you're already in the UK, I'm very sure that you are already thinking of which option you are going to pick among the 3. So no matter whichever option that you choose, I think I wish you all the best, and I'm hoping that one day somehow majority of us working as a carer can become a registered nurse as well, and will be licensed under the NMC UK. And this is what I have for you in my today's video. But before I go, if you are a nurse, like I said, you want to progress, you want to further your career, care home might not be a very good place for you, because I don't even think majority of the care home will plan any career progress for you. So at the end of the day, you might just be limited to certain things that you know. But if you really think that you want to progress your career, you want to study, you want to even do other discipline, NHS might be the best option for you. The only thing is that NHS don't pay like that of care home. So if you are not looking for money, you are looking for way to develop your career, then no doubt NHS is a very good place for you. However, if you think you need to gather money first, because either we like it or not, the primary reason, the primary aim we are coming to this country is to make money. Therefore, if you know that you quickly want to make money, then experience later, then come to care home, gather the money, go to NHS, then you'll be able to further your career. And this is what I have for you in today's video. I hope that one way or the other, you really enjoyed this video. If so, and you know that you've not subscribed, please kindly subscribe to my channel. And once again, please wish me well. Like I told you, I'm really sick. I'm just recovering back. And until our next video, when we'll be seeing again, I say one love.